Isobella Jade. Vine Street was the main drag through town. It wasn't a particularly dangerous street, and although it had started to snow a little more heavily and the street was getting slippery, Heidi felt safe driving a little above the speed limit. She pushed on the accelerator and went a little faster down the road.
As Heidi glided down Vine Street, her phone buzzed 3 times. Her right hand let go of the steering wheel as she reached for her handbag on the passenger seat. Her hand went inside the bag, scrambling for her phone.
She looked at the text message. It was from her boyfriend, Jackson. Heidi prided herself on her skill of not having to look at her phone when she was texting. She only needed to look down at it for a second to make sure she used the right buttons. She was about to hit send when our lives collided. She pounded on the brakes of her SUV as she flew through the red light, into the intersection, into the side of my car.
If only I hadn't forgotten my phone in the dressing room at the Palace Boutique and then bought that stupid shirt after the girls and I were prom dress shopping. I would have been through the intersection minutes before. I wouldn't have been there to be struck by Heidi's SUV.
Tom Heidi's Free Phone had just come on the radio. I hadn't heard that song in a really long time, and I was singing to it.
I had just turned up the volume, but the chorus never came.
I'm glad the crash happened fast. I didn't even feel it. I didn't even hear the sound of the metal crunching. Heidi's jaw was bruised badly, and she was bleeding all over her sweater. She was coming from the mall, and when her car hit mine, shopping bags from the back seat thrust forward, bursting out confetti of mascara, lip gloss, shirts, and shoes.
She was conscious, but the whiplash was so intense, and she was in too much pain to move.
Then there was my car, or what was left of it.
The silver ladybug charm that always hung from my rearview mirror, where it's been round and round, was gone.
My white gown had gotten disheveled among my laptop, notebooks, and track bag. The center of my car looked as if someone had taken a piece of red construction paper and scrunched it in their hand. My door had been pushed inward very deeply. It created a jagged cave from the outside with all its guts hanging out, and I was behind the caved hollow.
The force of Heidi's SUV slamming into my door had crushed my chest, broken my shoulder and arm, and shattered my collarbone.
My head and face looked like a rotted pumpkin with red spiraling hair. My earlier text message to Phoenix wouldn't matter now. It was too late. Even though I sent him a yes an hour before, we wouldn't be going to prom. There wasn't even a chance that I could be saved. It was February 12th, and I was dead.
It's hard to accept that's life, but it is.
You can receive a text message that warms your heart at 3:47 p.m. while trying on a prom just with your best friends and be dead an hour later. That's the precious, unexpected part of life that I hate.
My time as a runner, an invisible human being who could feel things, like the burn on my calves and the dryness in my throat, as I pushed my body a little more toward the finish of my race, was over.
But it didn't take long to realize what happened and discovered that I was not alive any longer. My soul escaped my body quickly after the crash. I zapped up and joined a fresh, cool breeze. I stayed there whirling around, drifting in a heavenly dream, relaxing in the wholesome and enjoying the ride, just letting it take me wherever. But the gentle feeling didn't last.
Just as I was feeling wispy and serene up there, a harsh wind propelled me back to earth and jolted me out of my tranquility.
Everything sizzled around me. The sky started to spell pellets of sleep as a burning fever through me. Then I heard the wail of sirens, saw bright red lights flashing, and heard frantic shouts coming from men in yellow and black uniforms. A shuffle of paramedics hurried to my car.
There was a loud cranking and clattering as the door of my car was seared off to reveal my lifeless body, lying in the driver's seat.
I wish it turned out to be a terrible dream, and I'd wake up, but it wasn't. When I reached for the armed policeman, he only considered me as another chill in the air. When I spoke, nothing but dead silence came out of me. I could only watch as time betrayed me and left me throbbing hopelessly for answers. And during the anticipation of not knowing why my body was being placed in a body bag, on a gurney,
I was dizzy with panic, whisking around my car, searching desperately for a reason. I wanted this to go back to the way it was. I wanted this not to be real. Anxiety and view the truth ran through me as the air got heavy and colder. I reached for my arms, but I couldn't feel them, or my legs. My neck, my stomach, my chest, they weren't mine anymore. I found myself unable to decide where I should go next. I could feel the pull of light calling my name, encouraging me to follow it. But I wasn't done with Earth, and I wasn't ready to say goodbye to my family and friends. My time here wasn't over. It couldn't be, and I needed to see my mother.